Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This week we're diving deep into the world of Model Context Protocol, MCP servers, showcasing some truly game-changing open-source projects that are redefining AI agent capabilities. Get ready to explore how these innovative tools bridge AI with diverse systems, making everything from web access and code understanding to voice cloning and device control seamless and incredibly powerful. If you're looking to elevate your AI workflows, stay tuned as we break down these top trending MCP servers step by step. Project number 1, Hugging Face MCP Server, Dynamic MCP Gateway for Hugging Face Ecosystem. The HFMCP server stands out because it bridges AI assistance with the vast Hugging Face ecosystem in a flexible, configurable, and low-friction way. What makes it unique is that it isn't just a static connector. It dynamically adjusts to the user's chosen tools and spaces on the fly, so your assistant can access exactly what's relevant without having to pre-configure everything. It supports multiple transport protocols for communication, including streamable HTTP, SSE, and even STDIO, giving developers the freedom to choose connection modes depending on latency, reliability, and deployment environment. This flexibility means it can run as a local server or a remote endpoint, allowing AI agents to tap into Hugging Face models, datasets, papers, and spaces with minimal setup. Another key differentiator is the built-in observability features. There's a dashboard that helps monitor connections, tool list changes, and keep alive/timeout settings. This gives transparency and control over how the MCP client and server are interacting. Because the server is stateless for anonymous users, it can serve up a default set of tools, like image generators, without requiring user credentials, but will support authenticated sessions if the user provides an HF token or OAuth credentials. That way, access quotas and private space permissions are respected. What makes HF Token CP Server really stand out is how it enables seamless scaling. Clients can easily swap tools, load new Gradio spaces, or switch between models/datasets without redeploying or reconfiguring the server. That means adaptive, evolving workflows rather than static setups. Because MCP has evolved rapidly, with multiple protocol revisions in a short period, HF Token CP Server abstracts away much of that complexity, offering backward compatibility with older MCP versions while supporting the newer streamable HTTP protocol. In short, HF Token CP Server is unique because it provides a dynamic, flexible, and monitorable gateway to Hugging Face's AI tooling infrastructure, enabling AI agents to access, switch, and use tools and models in real time without heavy configuration overhead. Project number 2, Octagon Deep Research MCP, Unlimited High-Speed Deep Dive Research across domains. Octagon Deep Research MCP stands out because it brings powerful, unrestricted AI-driven research into your hands with unmatched speed and depth. What makes this tool special is that it removes nearly all the friction typically found in doing comprehensive analysis. There are no rate limits, so you can launch as many deep dive tasks as you want simultaneously. The performance is another standout. It completes complex analytical tasks 8 to 10 tickers faster than many incumbent tools, and it draws on 3 tickers more high-quality sources than common alternatives, cross-verifying each data point to increase reliability. Because of this, research queries that might take minutes elsewhere finish in seconds. Integration flexibility is another strength. It plugs seamlessly into MCP-enabled applications like Claude Desktop, Cursor Desktop, etc., making it simple to add robust deep research capability wherever you already work. Plus, it supports broad cross-domain expertise, whether your query is about investment strategy, regulatory policy, scientific literature review, competitive intelligence, trend forecasting, or academic research. Octagon's built to handle it. One of the core differentiators is how it manages its deep research pipeline. It orchestrates advanced web scraping, academic and market data sources, vector summarization, cross-source verification, trend identification, and structured report output in formats like JSON, CSV, Markdown. The result is a polished deep dive that doesn't just gather raw data, it synthesizes, verifies, and presents actionable insights fast. Because it's open source under MIT license and designed for real use, it's not just an academic exercise. Teams leveraging it can augment their workflows with high-speed, deep intelligence without worrying about throttling or subscription limits. In short, Octagon Deep Research MCP brings together speed, depth, unlimited parallelism, cross-domain coverage, and seamless integration to transform how analysts, researchers, or curious minds approach in-depth information gathering. It makes pulling together robust, verified, multi-source research as easy and responsive as casual queries. Project number 3, AllVoiceLab MCP, high-fidelity voice and video intelligence delivered via MCP. AllVoiceLab MCP is unique because it brings together a rich suite of voice and video processing capabilities under a standardized protocol that can plug into AI assistants or agents seamlessly. What makes it stand out is how it acts as a central gateway for multiple advanced audio and video transformations, from text-to-speech and ultra-fast voice cloning to multilingual video dubbing and subtitle removal, all accessible via one unified interface. One of its strongest points is how quickly voice cloning can be done. In just a few seconds, a custom voice can be generated with convincing naturalness, preserving tone and emotional nuance. This opens up creative workflows for narration, audiobooks, dubbing, or any scenario where realistic synthetic voices can add impact. Because it supports over 30 languages, it offers broad multilingual reach, which is a huge plus for localization or global-scale content adaptation. Another differentiator is the subtitle processing pipeline, extraction, hard subtitle removal, and clean multilingual dubbing, while preserving rhythm and emotional tone. This means you don't just translate a video, you rebuild it so it feels native in the target language. The subtitle removal capability is especially impressive. Even on complex backgrounds, it can erase subtitles cleanly using OCR, which gives creators a clean canvas to overlay translated audio without distracting artifacts. It is exposed as a Model Context Protocol, MCP Server, which means agents like Claude Desktop, Cursor, Windsurf, or other MCP-compatible clients can easily send requests to perform audio or video transformations in a modular plug-and-play fashion. This modularity and standardization is what makes it powerful. You don't need to build custom pipelines from scratch. You can integrate high-quality voice-video features directly into your applications or conversational workflows. Finally, the multi-engine approach means you get flexibility. Depending on region or performance needs, the server can route requests to different voice engines, balancing speed and quality. In short, AllVoiceLab MCP stands out by offering fast, high-quality voice cloning, multilingual dubbing, subtitle cleaning, and seamless integration via a standardized protocol, making professional-grade audio/video transformations accessible in a modular way. Project number 4, Android MCP Server, seamless control of Android devices via ADB through MCP. Android MCP Server stands out by enabling powerful, real-time interaction with Android devices in a way that's clean, flexible, and agent-friendly. Instead of manual taps or scripts, this tool lets you drive an Android phone or emulator programmatically using the Model Context Protocol, MCP, over ADB, exposing functionality that can be used by LLM agents or automation tools. What makes it unique is how it bridges the gap between device automation and conversational intelligence. You don't need to install heavy frameworks or embed specialized code on the device. It works through ADB, which many developers already have in their setup. That means launching apps, capturing screenshots, inspecting UI layout, managing installed packages, and executing shell commands can all be triggered from a client over the MCP protocol. Another standout is its device selection flexibility. If only one Android device is connected, it auto-selects it. But if multiple devices are present, you can explicitly configure which device to target using a configuration file. That helps in multi-device test or automation environments. Because it supports UI layout analysis, it allows higher-level tools to inspect the screen's UI hierarchy, understand which elements are present, and then decide actions based on that context. That means smarter interactions, not just blind taps, but context-aware commands. The server is built with Python and uses the lightweight UV project tool for orchestration. It's easy to install, configure, and run, and integrates with popular MCP clients like Claude Desktop or code editors that support MCP. In short, Android MCP Server is unique because it offers a seamless agent-friendly layer over Android devices, exposing all major functionalities in a structured protocol. It brings automation, UI inspection, and device management to wherever AI agents operate, all without intrusive setup or heavy dependencies. This makes it an excellent tool for anyone wanting to incorporate Android device interactions into conversational or autonomous workflows. Project number 5. DeepView MCP, Large-Scale Codebase Understanding powered by Gemini Context. DeepView MCP takes code exploration to a new level by letting IDEs connect to a high-capability AI model with huge context, and use that to analyze entire repositories in ways that feel almost like having an expert pair programmer constantly available. The standout feature is that it uses the Model Context Protocol MCP to bridge code editors like Cursor or Windsurf with a server powered by Gemini models, allowing natural language querying of a full loaded codebase. What makes DeepView MCP unique is how it handles scale. Rather than sending small bits of code piecemeal, it lets you load an entire codebase via a single aggregated text file prepared by tools like RepoMix, so the model sees full project context. This means the AI can understand higher-level structure, dependencies, patterns, and relationships across files, not just isolated snippets. Because of this, you can ask deeper questions like, where is this function used across the project? Show me potential breakpoints when refactoring Module X, or what parts of this app might be causing performance bottlenecks, and get coherent responses considering global context. Another special aspect is configurable model choice. You can select among Gemini models, e.g. Gemini 2.5 Pro, depending on the depth of understanding you need or your resource budget. That flexibility allows balancing speed, cost, and richness of responses. It also supports configurable logging, which helps developers tune and debug the insights they receive. Integration is smooth and non-intrusive. With IDEs supporting MCP, you don't have to manually manage AI calls or shift between apps. The connectivity feels seamless. The server side is simple to set up via a command line interface, optionally Dockerized, and uses the MCP protocol to speak to the IDE. In short, DeepView MCP stands out because it gives you global context code understanding inside the editor, driven by a powerful LLM via a straightforward protocol. It makes tackling large or unfamiliar codebases faster, smarter, and more intuitive by leveraging long context windows and intelligent summarization. Project number 6. Combine MCP. Unify multiple MCP servers into a single smart endpoint. Combine MCP stands out because it lets you consolidate multiple MCP Model Context Protocol servers behind one unified interface, so you don't have to juggle several endpoints or hit connection limits. Sometimes MCP clients, like Cursor, only allow you to connect to a limited number of servers simultaneously. Combine MCP removes that blocker by acting both as a server to the client and as a client to the various backend MCP servers, all at once. What makes it unique is this bridging capability. It prefixes or namespaces method names from each connected backend, for example, renaming search stories from a shortcut server to shortcut search stories, so that the MCP client can differentiate tools coming from different sources without conflict. It also sanitizes server names, like replacing dashes with underscores, to ensure compatibility with clients that have naming restrictions. Another nice touch is configurable logging and filtering. Combine MCP supports debug logging with adjustable levels, helping users trace issues or monitor how tools are being routed across servers. In its latest version, 1.1.0, it even adds filtering of tools, so you can choose which MCP servers or which toolsets you want available through the unified interface without overloading the client. Installation is pretty smooth. There's an install script that detects your OS and architecture, fetches the right precompiled binary, verifies its checksum, and sets it up in your path. That means you don't need to manually compile or tinker with low-level dependencies. In summary, Combine MCP is especially valuable in multi-server MCP environments. It abstracts away the complexity of managing multiple toolsets, avoids conflicts, and gives you a cleaner, consolidated experience without losing granularity. If you work with multiple MCP servers and keep hitting limits or naming clashes, this is a practical, lean bridge solution. Project number 7, Google Admin MCP Server, Fast Contextual Google Workspace User Management via MCP. What makes Google Admin MCP Server unique is how it bridges Google Workspace user management with modern AI agent interactions in a lightweight, responsive way. It leverages the Model Context Protocol MCP, which means AI agents or tools that understand MCP can directly ask Google Workspace tasks like listing users, creating accounts, suspending or unsuspending them in real time. Unlike manual admin consoles or slower scripted workflows, this MCP server brings immediacy and automation to Google Workspace management. When integrated with an AI agent client, the agent can dynamically respond to create a new user, check user status, or suspend someone based on criteria commands, without needing hard-coded flows. This gives flexibility and makes operations more intelligent and adaptive. Another standout feature is the secure password generation, combined with first login password change enforcement. Whenever a new user is created, the server generates a secure random password and flags it for password change on first login, ensuring baseline security. This helps reduce weak password risk and enforces best practices without extra manual configuration. Also, this MCP server works well in automated or dynamic environments, ideal for scenarios where user onboarding or offboarding needs to happen fast and without friction. Triggered by upstream systems, HR, workflow tools, or AI agent decisions. Because it integrates with Google's Admin Directory API, all operations are real-time and reflect the current state of the workspace domain. It's also designed to be lightweight and modular. Developers can embed it into larger MCP workflows or combine it with other MCP servers, for example security compliance or monitoring, to build more intelligent, context-aware automation pipelines. Because it uses the standardized MCP protocol, it plays nicely in ecosystems that expect context-aware AI agents to interact with back-end systems. In short, Google Admin MCP Server is unique because it brings AI-driven, context-aware automation to Google Workspace user management in a fast, secure, and flexible way. Whether you're provisioning new users, managing user states, or automating lifecycle workflows, it helps make everything smarter and more responsive. Project number 8, JSON MCP, lightweight JSON tooling for smarter agent context handling. JSON MCP brings a refreshing utility. It lets large language models, LLMs, interact with JSON files in a clean, efficient, and structured way. What sets it apart is how thoughtfully it bridges the gap between raw JSON data and AI agents, empowering them to do tasks like splitting, merging, searching, validating within JSON, all without bloated overhead. One standout feature is how lightweight and fast it is. JSON MCP is designed to run smoothly even in constrained environments. It doesn't require heavy frameworks or complex dependencies, which means it can be easily integrated with tools like GitHub Copilot or VS Code, making JSON data accessible to AI without friction. Another unique aspect is its contextual awareness. JSON MCP exposes JSON manipulation operations as message tools that LLMs can use in a structured way. For example, you can split a large JSON file into chunks of a defined number of objects, or merge multiple JSON files into a single one. This is especially helpful when working with huge JSON datasets that are unwieldy to handle as one big blob. It also supports validation or conditional operations. LLMs can query specific data inside JSON, test if certain properties meet conditions, and filter or extract data accordingly. That means you don't have to manually chop up and examine the JSON. The tool handles that intelligently. Integration is smooth. You can install it via NPM, run it via NPX, or set it up globally, and then connect it easily as a server in IDE tools. Once it's connected, your LLM-powered workflows can call JSON MCP operations seamlessly. For example, in VS Code, the integration is straightforward and adds JSON handling capabilities directly in context. In a world where LLMs increasingly work with structured data, JSON MCP stands out by making JSON file manipulation accessible, reliable, and efficient. It helps avoid token waste, keeps context relevant, and lets AI agents focus on reasoning rather than plumbing. Project number 9, Browser MCP. Let AI control your browser, privately, locally, and seamlessly. Browser MCP is unique because it bridges your browser and AI tools in a way that feels native, fast, and private. What really sets it apart is how it uses your existing browser profile instead of spawning new isolated instances, so you stay logged into all your services and sessions, and the AI can work within your familiar environment without asking you to re-log in or re-authenticate. Because automation happens locally, everything is fast, there's no network latency to remote servers messing up responsiveness. That means tasks like navigating, filling forms, clicking links, extracting page content, or reading accessibility structure happen almost instantly. Another standout is its stealthiness. Since it runs in your real browser, using your browser fingerprint, it avoids triggering the basic bot detection or CAPTCHA protections that many automation tools run into. In short, automation with a lower chance of detection and interruption. Browser MCP implements the Model Context Protocol (MCP), which means AI agents like Claude, Cursor, VS Code agents, Windsurf, etc. can send commands that translate into real browser actions, navigating, clicking, reading page content, and more. What makes this powerful is that the AI isn't working blind. It can see the accessibility tree or page structure, extract information intelligently, and even modify pages in context, not just blindly clicking. Because of its architecture, it offers a smooth workflow, set up an MCP server alongside a Chrome extension, and the AI client can start driving your browser without reinventing sessions or browser state. In addition, it's architected to be fast, lightweight, and secure, no heavy dependencies or bloated layers. It doesn't offload your browsing to the cloud, but keeps your browsing and automation private. In short, Browser MCP/MCP is special because it lets AI agents automate real browser workflows in a natural, fast, and privacy-respecting way by piggybacking on your existing browser sessions. The result: seamless, context-aware, and efficient browser automation. Project number 10. Bright Data MCP. Give AI agents real-time, unblocked web access. Bright Data MCP stands out because it fills a very crucial gap for large language models and AI agents. It enables real-time, reliable access to web content even when sites have bot protections, geo-restrictions, CAPTCHAs, or blocking. What makes this tool unique is how seamlessly it allows AI agents to search, navigate, and extract data from almost any public website without getting blocked. The system includes a web unlocker mechanism that bypasses bot detection, CAPTCHAs, IP restrictions, and geo-barriers using Bright Data's proxy infrastructure. Another key advantage is the built-in set of tools exposed via the MCP server: search engines, Google, Bing, Yandex, scraping tools, Markdown or HTML output, remote browser automation, navigate, click, extract, screenshot, session stats, and structured data extraction for platforms like Amazon, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, etc. This makes it very easy for an LLM or agent to perform complex web interactions, not just read a static HTML page, but click through pages, wait for dynamic content to load, extract relevant info, and feed that back to the model. The free tier is also noteworthy. New users get up to 5,000 requests per month for the first 3 months without needing billing, which is helpful for prototyping, testing, or smaller scale use cases. On top of that, the MCP server can be self-hosted or used via Bright Data's managed remote instance, giving flexibility depending on scale, privacy, or cost constraints. Because it supports a wide variety of MCP-compatible frameworks and LLM agent environments, like Claude Desktop, Cursor, LangChain, etc., agents can plug into Bright Data MCP easily and immediately gain powerful web access. In short, Bright Data MCP is unique because it provides a ready-made, enterprise-grade, robust, unblocked, dynamic web access layer for AI agents. It handles the messy real-world issues of blocked content, bot defenses, and dynamic web navigation right out of the box, letting agents focus on reasoning and retrieval rather than struggling to interact with the internet. And there you have it, a whirlwind tour through some of the most exciting open-source MCP servers making waves right now. Each of these projects is a testament to the power of the Model Context Protocol, providing dynamic, flexible, and integrated solutions that empower AI agents and developers alike. They abstract away complexity and bring advanced capabilities right into your workflows. Which of these projects resonated most with you? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more deep dives into AI and open source tech, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next upload. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.